some development in the sports sector. Currently, we have about 3 major games ahead of us between now and August. We have the beach games coming up in June in Cape Verde. We have the Women FIFA World Cup coming up in France, also in June. Then we have the African Games, which is in August to September. Now, basically, we need the intervention of the president to secure release of funds to facilitate our preparation. So I needed to update him on this and request his intervention as normal to assist us. And then there is also I briefed him on the issue of the African Youth Volunteer Corps, which the first edition was launched in 2010 here, hosted by Nigeria. The African Union has written to request Nigeria to host the 10th edition. Ironically, this request came when we had finished our budget process. So we need the intervention of the president to enable us secure funding to host. And I finally congratulated him for his victory and drew his attention to the magnitude of expectation of Nigerians as he will move to the next level. And pray to God to grant him the wisdom, to grant him the strength to be able to deliver, because before he will leave office in 2023, by God's grace, he must leave this country changed. So these were basically our engagement with His Excellency the President.
Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Barrister Solomon Dalung, on Tuesday, April 16, met with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa to congratulate him on his re-election. Speaking with newsmen after the meeting, Dalung disclosed he met with Buhari to discuss major games of the year and the need to facilitate the release of funds to enable prompt preparation of games. Congratulating the president on his victory at the presidential poll, Dalung prayed for President Muhammadu Buhari to deliver on his next level mandate.
For money? No, the 3 games had their expenditure profile categorized based on each of them. I don't have a very good figure of the summary, but of course, sports is capital intensive. The African Games have a very large contingent because we have settled down on about 15 sports where we'll be participating, and then 5 non-Olympic sports, so about 2021. That is a huge budget because the contingent is also sizable. For the beach games, Nigeria is one of the coastal countries, so we have the natural facilities for the development of beach sports. And Nigeria is coming up, beach basketball and other beach sports. So, though that's the budget for it is not as much as that of the African Games. And then for the World Cup, of course, it's a World Cup, Women World Cup. So we also need match to support the friendlies the team will be playing, and then their final camping. So also for the African Games, our budget entails the training and camping of our athletes before final movement to Morocco. But why it is important to raise it now is because we have a transition. By the 29th, the lifespan of this government will be ending. And so the president needs to be in the picture of this urgent demand so that he carries it along whenever the transition program is, when the life of this government will end and he will be forming the new one. I should be remembered fairly and justly as one who had the opportunity to serve his country and did his best. But for legacies, sports will not forget easily. my democratization policy of the national federations, which indeed has yielded positive results. The harvest of medals and successes recorded is as a result of this, because we open up the leadership space and allow people with interest to come in and take up responsibilities, and it has yielded positive results. After the last time on Saturday, the FIT department informed me that, look, the 700 medals you have been saying, we have already passed that, because Wrestling Federation participated in a competition in Algeria, in Tunisia, and they have harvested more medals. Taekwondo, the same thing. So it's more than 700. But I would want to be remembered for the democratization, because that is a major policy thrust that has repositioned sports. If you want to lead, secure the mandate of the people you are leading.